Here's Brodie Brazil.
I'm not even exaggerating. Any good pilot can recite literally 300 acronyms that they use while they fly. So what I want to do in this video is kind of sum it up to the top 5 acronyms for every pilot, also known as TFA-FEP. What? There's no such thing as TFA-FEP. I just made that up. But seriously, if you wanted to remember top 5 acronyms for every pilot, TFA-FEP is all you need. Acronyms do work great for sequences and checklists and flows and things to remember. They help jog our memories and make sure we don't miss a beat. But yeah, TFA-FEP is not a real thing. I totally just made that up. Goes to show you, though, it works pretty well. So let's begin with one I like to start with before I even get in the plane. I'm safe. Illness, medication, stress, alcohol, fatigue, and eating. There's a couple different variations of this. Emotions is one for the final E. But the bottom line is this is a pre-flight checklist for the pilot, for the human being that's going to be PIC of this airplane. Are you sick? Are you under the weather? Are there physical complications that should maybe have you thinking twice about this flight? Medication. Have you taken everything that you need? Do you need medication that you don't have? Are you in pain? Stress? What's your emotional state like? I hope that the more time goes on, the more we realize this S is also super important to our abilities and our decision-making as pilots. Alcohol, clearly. I mean, I fly in a no-tolerance situation, but where does that stand with you? I'm usually talking about the night before you're flying. Fatigue. Are you tired? Are you tired now? Are you going to be tired later? What's this day going to be like? How much sleep have you been getting? And also eating. Proper nourishment is important. I realize that sometimes we're in a rush or we're going to be in the airplane for longer than we thought. Are we fed? Are we hydrated? All of those things important here. I'm not going to explain all of these as much, but I do want to go through them. These are great acronyms to use. ANC. I realize this is more commonly just said. Aviate, navigate, communicate in that order. I have a whole separate video on this topic here on the channel, but simple as this. You must aviate the airplane first. If you're not flying it, nothing else matters. Once you've got a control of the plane, like where it's going, what it's doing, you're flying in a safe manner, then you can worry about navigating to where you're trying to go next or what you're ultimately trying to do in the mission. Then the third priority is to communicate. Air traffic control, your company, whatever the responsibilities are from a radio standpoint, do that last. Because without aviating, you can't be navigating or communicating. Start with aviating and then do the rest in that order. Cigar, as in controls, instruments, gas, avionics, and run-up. This is something you're obviously doing before taking off. And again, there's some also variations to this one too, but you should be running a checklist, a run-up checklist and a before takeoff checklist. Just like you should have run a couple checklists before you even get to the run-up area at a general aviation airport. But if nothing else, make sure your controls are free and clear, that everything's moving the way it should be, that your trim wheel is set for your elevator, also for your rudder. Instruments, does everything look good from the engine side of things? Also, in terms of a 6-pack or a glass panel, if that's what you're using. Gas, do you have enough? Are you on the fullest tank? Is the mixture rich? Avionics, are you all set up here to talk to who you need to? Departure, transponder, I guess, lights should probably be in there if necessary. And the run-up, have you done your proper run-up with mag checks and cycling the props and everything else? So cigar is always a good one when you're flying too. ABC, this one's for instrument flying primarily, but quite honestly, you could use this even in a visual situation. ABC as in check the ATIS, get it. Brief the approach, what you're going to do. And I mean top to bottom on a plate. If you're flying in a pilot, co-pilot situation, brief, the chart top to bottom. And then configure the airplane. And usually this involves running an actual checklist, but when are you going to put the gear down? Flaps, power setting, cowl flaps, a lot to think about here. ABC. This is a simple one, but at least it jogs the memory of what to start with, what to do after that, and then what to do next. Okay, the GUMPS checklist. Now this one has multiple variations too. I've actually thrown a second S on here over time. I'll explain that. but it's a pre-landing checklist. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, seatbelts, and if your airplane has them, speed brakes. Maybe you've been descending with the speed brakes out. Make sure that they are tucked in for your ultimate landing. You don't want to go around with your speed brakes out. Trust me. Gumps check. Gas is in fullest tank, undercarriage, and obviously mixture is part of that, but also gas for a go-around situation. Are you good there? Undercarriage, are your wheels down if this is retractable? Mixture full rich, props full forward, and seatbelts. Is everybody strapped in? So I hope these are in order for you and making sense, because now we're getting to the end of a flight here. You're shutting the airplane down. Mixture, mags, master. That's one that always leaves me with a sense of security as I depart the airport. Did I shut everything off? I always get that hot flash moment of, did I turn the master switch off? Did I turn the mags off? I mean, obviously I pulled the mixture out because otherwise the prop would still be spinning, but mixture, mags, master. You can do that 2 or 3 times before you leave the airplane. Mixture, mags, master. Done. There's nothing else to worry about in most general aviation cases. That'll have you leaving the airport feeling a lot more secure that your airplane is secure. So TFA FEP. Yeah, don't ever recite that to anybody, but hopefully you can be helped by these top 5 acronyms. Let me know, by the way, in the comment section below, what acronyms are you using? Which are the best ones? Which are the must-know acronyms for every pilot? Put those in the comments. I'll read them. I'll respond. Also, don't forget to like this video if it actually helps you, and subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate that.